Hi, this is Nancy Woods here, and what you are seeing in front of the camera now is the Lake Toba. Lake Toba is one of the awesome natural wonders of the world. This enormous crater lake has an island almost the size of Singapore in its center. So you can just imagine the vastness of this lake. At over 1,145 square kilometers and a depth of nearly 550 to 600 meters, Lake Toba is actually more like an ocean. This is the largest lake in the Southeast Asia and also one of the deepest lakes in the world. When I reached the island in tuk-tuk, I was just taken away with the beauty and the pristine scenery. It was absolutely so beautiful and picturesque, and the mountains set against the backdrop. It just took all my worries, just melted away, and I felt like I was standing on just another planet. It didn't feel like I was on planet Earth. It was most spectacular and the most beautiful scenic beauty that I ever saw in my life. If you're wanting to go around the Samosir Island, you can either just, drive on the road or even just take these ferries that crossed all over the island, and especially in the village of Tuk Tuk on Samosir. Although the roads on the island are unpaved in places, yet this particular island offers some spectacular views of the lake from the highest point on the island. Tuk-tuk is very, very popular for tourists. It's a wonderful place, and also it's really scenic and peacefully relaxing as well. Once you're on the island, you can even hire a motorbike and ride it yourself if you're in tuk-tuk. You can see Batak dance museums and also other sightseeing and souvenir shops which are on the island. Lake Toba is nearly over 100 kilometers long. This site is basically known for its super volcanic eruption, which took place around 70,000 years ago. Standing on the island, you can get a panoramic view of Lake Toba. It is just simply breathtaking. It is also called Deno in Toba. When you're basking in this awesomeness of the Lake Toba, you become incredibly aware of how the massive explosion that had taken place. You are literally chilling in the crater that changed this world. And that is exactly the feeling you get when you are standing. The most spectacular point about this natural beauty also stems from a bit of geography. Lake Toba lies near the Great Sumatran Fault. It's on the Earth globe, which runs along the center of Sumatra in the Sumatra fracture zone. You can really stand here and get the feeling of this particular this difference in how the how the how it is fractured and how you feel, because you don't feel that you're standing on Earth at all. You feel you're on some other planet. And the reason for that is because the volcanoes of Sumatra and Java are part of the Sunda arc, a result of the northeasterly movement of the Indo-Australian plate, which is sliding under the eastward moving Eurasian plate. So basically, when you're standing at the subduction zone in this area is very active. The seabed near the west coast of Sumatra has had several major earthquakes since 1995. Actually, this is the epicenter, the Lake Toba. To speak a bit about the people in Lake Toba, ethically speaking, they are called Bataks. I just want to say a little bit about the waterfall. Lake Toba is littered with waterfalls once you're on the island, but the Piso, which is 120 meters high, the water is coming from a small hole naturally formed by volcanic eruption. And this is one of the largest waterfalls at 120 meters high drop. The water just comes straight into the caldera and it falls right into the lake. So there is a constant supply of this water coming in to the lake. Once you're on the island in Samosar tuk-tuk, you can even take a motorbike and really get to the heart of the Batak culture. And also you can soak up into the unique architecture. Lake Toba definitely provides a holiday experience that not only offers relaxation but abundance of adventure in equal measures. The lake itself is incredibly clean. And this could be because the Batak people who want to just live peacefully without any volcanic activity, and also thousands of years of, and who the people who call it their home, and their relationship to the Lake Toba, they try and do their best to maintain it. The lake itself is about 906 meters above sea level, and also there's plenty of information about the volcanic history. But at this point, I just also want to say that on the island, the flora around the lake is various types of macrophytes, floating macrophytes, and submerged macrophytes, while the surrounding countryside, and especially those mountains in front of the lake where the Sumatran tropical pine forest lay. These rainforests provide a huge amount of vegetation and drawing a lot of water from surrounding areas. But on the island, the fauna and especially even the fish that is living there, the Batak fish, they're also being threatened by deforestation, pollution, changes in water level, and numerous fish species that have been introduced to the lake, native fishes as well. The vegetation and the flora around the lake is just beautiful to see. They are so colorful, and you can see the luscious green leaves as well. It's definitely much different to what we see on normal landsides. More often in the morning when you wake up at about 6 o'clock, you see better canoes here hanging around the Lake Toba, basically perhaps going for fishing as well, and you might see it on this videotape as well. Sumatra has shifted Lake Toba back to its original magma chamber, and it is a focal point of attraction now. It is also called a huge crater lake. You get dropped off by the ferry to go to Lake Toba, and there's a travel agent who normally arranges this. It is really most spectacular and breathtaking. The entire island is something to see, beautiful observational sites for any botanist or an environmental researcher. It's really a dream come true to visit this place and see the Toba eruption, and just see the caldera forming eruptions, and the location of how this place has been absolutely been transformed.